his statistics could look even more impressive. That 1 in 5 stakes performed horse may just edge a little higher.
That's got to be taken into account, as has another factor, and that is the competition there is in the stallion market today. Say in the days of his own sire, Dane Hill, there are a handful of international sires here. Coolmore didn't exist in Australia, neither did Darley. They're the two major importers of quality international bloodstock. They didn't exist in Australia. Today, we're competing against the best bloodlines in the world and large numbers of representatives of those bloodlines. So for the horse to be as dominant as he is under those circumstances is a real achievement, I think.
It's very hard to compare, but when the curtain comes down on the stallion career of Redoute's Choice, will he be remembered in the same revered way as his illustrious father? Like most things, only time will tell, but one thing is certain: Redoute's Choice will always be a headline act.
I hope you enjoyed that footage. Now, I'm going to show you something else, and I hope it's not going to show the same. This is another thing here now, but I hope it doesn't show a clip of what we saw already. Sometimes when other clips of other videos, sometimes they would show a clip of other previous videos that you've already seen. They show a kind of snippet of an interview from other programs that you've already seen. So this is a different clip, but I don't want to show you a footage that you've already seen. So I hope this is a different footage, from a completely different footage altogether. I hope it doesn't show any footage of what we've seen already, because sometimes in other videos they show you a clip of past interviews from previous films. So this is another video. It's chapter 1, Redoute's Choice and Sons, is the path to success. So I'll just see what this is like. It's only 2 minutes and 59 seconds or something like that. It's only a short film. So I'll just see what this is like.
One living stallion can be linked to the ascendance to any one stud, it's the incomparable Redoute's Choice. Not only has Danehill's maestro carved out racetrack monuments to his genetic superiority, but his descendants have ensured that his legend will be enshrined in pedigrees for years to come. Arrowfield's stud has been the beneficiary of this legacy with a trio of young masterpieces already adding brushstrokes to the Redoute's canvas.
These are his sons. These are his sons now.
And in 2016, the Gallery of Stars launches the stud careers of 2 more racetrack works of art, Sizzurkick and his former racetrack rival, Panzer Division. They have the distinction of being the 4th and 5th sons of Redoute's Choice to stand alongside their sire at Arrowfield, and as graduates of the Paul Massara stable, they're also following the lead of the ill-fated Beneteau.
I mean, I've been
pretty lucky to
have trained and seen Beneteau go stallion in a couple of 2 seasons, unfortunately. But turned out to be a marvellous stallion and a great son of Redoute's. And I think both these horses have the potential to do the same. Both of them beautifully put together horses, very well conformed, and had the right attitude for racing, and I think that's very important.
Stud principal John Massara is confident both Sizzurkick and Panzer Division can emulate the success of other sires' sons of Redoute's Choice, Snitzel and Not a Single Doubt on the Arrowfield roster.
Well, Redoute's is such a dominant stallion, a truly prepotent son of Danehill. Who's going to hold the flame for Danehill in this part of the world? Well, it could either be Redoutes, Exceed and Excel, Fastnet Rock, Flying Spur, one of those horses. Frankly, Redout's Choice is 30% his stakes winners to runners ratio, Southern Hemisphere lifetime, is about 30% higher than the next in line. So as far as I'm concerned, he's the man, and his sons are going to be the ones, and this is why we have concentrated on that blood so far, and we're getting 2 new ones this year. We're very excited about them, but you can't have too much of a good thing.
When you look at pictures of Pan's Division and Redoutes in an early age, they're very similar, just in markings and also their kind of physical makeup. Scissor Kick himself's a slightly different horse in terms of, he's got a bit more white on him, slightly differently marked, but a beautiful head and a very well balanced horse.
Yeah, that's that. Very short films, I'm afraid, and that one's very short. So that's 2 films I've seen so far. Now, this is another one, but I don't know whether this is worth looking at. I'm not too sure. This is another one. Reduced Choice stands at His Highness the Aga Khan's it's the Aga Khan in France. He stood in the Aga Khan in France as well. So he's in Arrowfield, and he was in the Aga Khan in France. So he was kind of, looks like he's relocated from one stud to another. So this is another one. This is Aga Khan studs. Here, this is the Aga Khan in France. This is him in the Aga Khan in France now. Clip of him in the one in France. The Aga Khan in France. So see what this is like. This is 5 minutes and 50 seconds. See what this is like. I haven't seen the Aga Khan in France now.
Une petite église bucolique qui perce le ciel bleu. Des écuries splendides, des paddocks à perte de...
Sorry, look at that. It's all French. This is the French Tsar. This is what they call it, the French presenter. I don't think you want to listen to that. Apologies about that, folks. So, let's see now. Go back to another one. This is one of Reduced Choice's sons, a Musar, 15th grade 1 or group 1 winner for Reduced Choice, one of his races. This is the French stud again. Future of success. It's one of his races. Go back to the beginning again. See now, got back to another one. Autumn Sun. This is the best cult by Superstar Reduced Choice. It's a documentary about his son, Autumn Sun. Not really much about him. Yeah, there's not much more about him here now. This is the Stallion by Reduced Choice. His name is Rumbler. Never heard of him before. Reduced Choice is the global impact, the rise of the Championese. There's not really much more about him. So I think I'll leave it there, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll leave it there for you, folks. And thank you so much for watching, and happy birthday to you, Reduce, and rest in peace. And So we're thinking of you, and you're very sorely missed, and you'll never be, you're gone, but you never will be forgotten, and your legacy will live on with all your offspring, and as you've seen on the films, all his sons and all his daughters are doing brilliantly in the racetracks, and they're going to carry on following in his footsteps, and when they go to stud as well, so carry on all his hard work when they go to stud. And as you've seen, some of his sons were in stud with him in Arrowfield. They actually stood with him in Arrowfield. Some of his sons were there with him, and they actually stood with him in Arrowfield. So he had his sons there with him, some of his sons there with him, as you've seen on the film. And he was very, very popular, and he brought in a lot of money into the stud, as you saw, and he was a very popular star. So he was very sorely missed, and he would have been 24 today, as I said at the beginning of the movie, and we really miss you, Redoutes, and your legacy will live on with all your sons and all your daughters, and they're doing brilliantly on the tracks, and they'll do as good for you and carry on your good work when they go to stud, and when they bring in the next generation and into the racetracks, and carry on when their sons and daughters go onto the tracks and as well. So when all the Redoutes family generations will carry on, and as well as in many future years to come. So thank you for watching, folks, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be doing another video to mark his anniversary in March 2021 next year, to mark his what would be his second anniversary of his passing. Thank you very much, folks.